Hi
Hey,
Arjan,
hi.
doing? How are you
How-
doing?
Hello, hello,
I,
everyone.
I, I'm. Thank you for joining us on Bollywood Life. I love the headband. It's looking very cool on you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
So tell us, Arjan. First of all, the post that you put up in the morning, it has gone viral. You're looking dashing. कमाल का swag के साथ balcony में coffee mug के साथ that the picture is there. It's looking damn dashing as
I
always.
thank you. I didn't click it to make it look like that. It was more like a
So effortlessly.
effortlessly very impromptu thing कि मतलब जाके मैं balcony पे खड़ा हो गया और देख रहा हूँ और फोटो खींच गई. But
वेरी नाइस वेरी नाइस। तो कैसे कैसा बीत रहा है आपका लॉकडाउन का समय? आप क्या कर रहे हो? आप किन चीजों के साथ अपना समय ऑक्यूपाई कर रहे हो? व्हाट आर यू डूइंग?
yeah, lockdown के time पे तो honestly speaking, there is not much to do. I'm sure everybody who's online, they must be doing the same thing. We are trying to clean up the house. We're trying to learn how to cook, if at all. We're trying to watch a lot of movies and series on Netflix and this and that. We're talking to friends, and in between, if we're getting time, we are indigenously working out. वो भी मैंने एक video डाला था, where I'm trying to work out as much as I can with whatever I have at
या
home. So, मतलब mix and match of everything. Just waiting, that now lockdown gets over or at least relax and we can get out to our normal routine of life.
श्योर। Speaking about learning, doing stuff around the house and all, any new skills you have acquired or something you have realized that you're a better cook than what you thought before?
Yes, I'm a very good cook.
Oh wow! तो क्या क्या ऐसे कुछ डिशेस बनाए जिसके ऊपर आपकी तारीफ हुई? ऐसे किन डिशेस के ऊपर यू आर बीइंग अप्रिशिएटेड और समथिंग? क्या मिला? शेयर समथिंग विद योर फैंस अबाउट दैट।
Well, recently, yesterday, I tried my hand in making like Indian homemade chicken curry. So yeah, that turned out to be pretty well. Yeah.
Very nice. Okay, Arjun, speaking about workout, you've always been a very fit, very muscular actor on screen. And that I think so is coming from your modeling days also before you had entered the industry. And you continue to be one of our fittest actors. लेकिन घर पे वर्कआउट करने में और बाहर जिम में प्रोफेशनल एनवायरनमेंट में क्या फर्क है? हाउ डिफिकल्ट इट इज टू मेंटेन फिटनेस एट होम विद लिमिटेड रिसोर्सेस?
Yeah, like you said, it is limited resources at home because आप बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं कर सकते हैं because अगर आप weight training की बात करें तो weight training घर पे तो नहीं होती है unless you have all the proper equipment and everything possible that requires all the machines and everything. So घर पे आप you can do more of free weights and more of stretchings and more of so to say exercises which don't require as such lifting weights much as such. So all those things I'm doing, trying to keep myself fit as much as I can. Controlling my diet, that's more important than anything else. More than working out, it's more important that you control your.
Yes.
Most of the time, people don't control their diet. तो उससे क्या है, मुंह भी चलता है और दिमाग भी चलता है.
True. It's always 80% diet, 20% exercise.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay, now speaking about your roles, obviously the question that the film that will come to everyone's mind, you don't have to guess it also, it's Kabir Singh. You
Yeah.
have what you call it, it's called, I can say that it's a shot in your arm that came with Kabir Singh. It's like a newfound appreciation, everything. Because from the time you entered in the industry, from the time of fashion itself and Guru, you were always appreciated for your acting. In fashion, I remember you got all the awards for the Breakthrough Artist of the Year, if I'm not mistaken, and all the major award ceremonies. But then many years later, now again in Kabir Singh, that appreciation has come. The media knew it. Okay, your fraternity probably knew it. Why you think so that the audience has taken so long to warm up again after fashion?
I don't think, rather, I would say it's the opposite. Audience has always been very appreciative. In fact, a lot of times I meet people and people message me that why am I not seen on screen so often? And they want to see me. In fact, after Kabir Singh, after every film that I do, Touchwood, audience has been very, very generous and very loving. And in fact, after Rustam also with Akshay sir, a lot of appreciation came in front of me. I guess it's two things. One is that I like to be a little more choosy with the films that I do. You know, At the same time, sometimes what happens is the filmmakers, I guess you should ask them if they don't want to cast you.
That's sad. I mean, tell me one thing. After fashion, considering you were in the lead role over there, okay,
Hmm?
opposite Priyanka Chopra, and
Yeah.
that was a national award-winning film and plus a commercial success. Would you say because of being in the being an outsider and not having a godfather in the industry, probably it was more difficult to land lead roles as opposed to if you came from a camp? Was that the case?
It does make a difference. It does make all the possible difference. As much as we can deny it, as much as we can say, no, it doesn't make a difference. It's all about talent, and ultimately, your work speaks for itself. Yes, your work definitely speaks for itself, because after all, the audience has to like you. Even if the industry sometimes takes, it takes time to warm up to you. If the audience likes you, they want to see you. They will see anything that you do, and that has been the case with me. So a lot of appreciation and love comes from the audience all the time. But it does make a difference. It does make a lot of difference when you are from a certain camp, certain background. If you are from a film background, as much as you can say that, like I said, it's about work, but all the doors easily open. And if I'm just saying, if the doors open and if you're good, you're going to do good, right? But if you're good and the doors don't open so often, what are you going to do?
Difficult to push them.
Yeah, but
True. True.
I mean, thankfully, I've been lucky. I've been fortunate enough to have worked with a lot of celebrated directors, a lot of beautiful heroines of our industry,
Yes.
from Priyanka Chopra to Vidya Balan to Isha Deol to Ileana De Cruz to Sonakshi Sinha, everybody, you know. And at the same time, now recently I did this series called State of Siege, which
State of siege.
I wanted to kind of play an army officer or somebody in the uniform for a very long time. And it came to me through a web series, and that too playing an NSG commando. So even better, Sone re suhaga wali baat hai.
Did you get a chance to show off your action skills? Because I mean, if I'm not mistaken, you have a black belt in Taekwondo, right?
Yes, I do have a black belt in
Yes.
Taekwondo, and
And in
I,
movies,
uh,
you not get a chance to show those action skills. So
not
state
really
of siege.
require martial arts as such. It's more about the 2611 episode, which happened in Mumbai in 2008, Taj attacks.
Yes.
So it was from the point of view of NSG commandos and how the unit from Delhi came and they kind of rescued the city and flushed out the terrorists. It was more about that rather than doing any kind of hand combat fights or anything of that sort, because it was a very, very coveted, very clinical army operation and not a filmy hand fight, so to say.
When you do such a show that has been based on a recent episode in history and such a tragic episode in history, is there a sense of is there a sense of some kind of sadness after shooting a very heavy scene that takes you back to the episode? Does it play on you? Did you experience that?
Does Russell? It does because even while shooting for the series, a lot of times we were inside the uh, let's say a kitchen sequence we're shooting, and there is so much of dust, there is so many people, there is gunfire happening, there is constant rattling of bullets through your ears, and there is bomb blasts, there are grenades being thrown. So we were still in a contained environment. We were still kind of, uh, in an environment where you knew this was a make-believe world. But imagine if you're there in a real situation. How the role I played of Colonel Sunil Sharon, he was a commanding officer. Sunil sir was a commanding officer of the NSG unit at the time. How and what kind of a mindset and a strong mindset he must have had to control everything, to precisely carry on the operation, control your emotions while you're going through so much of them. At the
Of
same
course.
time, very clinically give a result to the operation without many casualties, be it civilian, be it your own, all of those things. So a lot of pressure, a lot of pressure comes to you when you're doing it, even in on screen, because you're reminiscing everything that the original
Yeah.
people did. So definitely, it used to play on your mind quite a lot.
Okay. True, man. Hats off to you for going through that. And yeah, the show has got a lot of appreciation. The ratings are very high. Everybody, I think, and I've not come across a single person who has seen the show and has had one negative thing to say about it.
Thank you.
So, is
That's
there going
really.
to be a State of Siege 2, like on another real life operation? Did you you're thinking about it?
I hope so. Even though there are talks like that which are on, so there could be a State of Siege 2 on a real life operation, which is a different kind of an operation, a different setting altogether. And hopefully, Colonel Kunal Sahota, the role I play, he could be doing another operation. Let's see. I mean, we hope for the best. There are a little bit of chatter I hear, but ultimately, once they decide to do it, we'll get to know about it.
Because I think you would agree that given how grounded in reality it is, and that was one of the prime reasons that it worked, it would probably not make sense to go on a fictitious route for a season 2, correct?
No, definitely not. This is not something, and State of Siege is very realistic series that they an anthology that they want to make, because State of Siege literally means when a state of siege happened.
Yeah.
So, you know, State of Siege when happens in any kind of a terror attack or any kind of a hostage situation, that's what they are trying to kind of portray everywhere.
True. Okay, speaking about obviously your most successful film, I recently saw some lovely innovative posts that in memes that you made through that after lockdown, 40 days to lockdown. And you saw, isn't this something about successful films that after they have come and gone, they resonate so much with the opera, or they become pop culture, as to say, and they can be used anyway?
Yeah, I feel I feel lucky that something like that happens and comes my way. I mean, uh, all the films that I do, something or the other becomes very, so to say, synonymous with those films and those roles also, uh, to a point where a lot of memes came for Rustam, a lot of memes came for Son of Sardar, a lot of memes came for fashion, a lot of memes for even Kabir Singh. So I would say I've been a part of very successful films. So it's good.
Yes, you are. You have worked, let's see now, Akshay Kumar, Ajay Devgan, Shahid Kapoor, besides all the lovely leading ladies you have also worked with.
Yeah.
Who has been your most favorite co-star? Do you have a favorite? Something you remember really well connected to?
I wouldn't say one favorite because I've really enjoyed working with everybody, and I'm not being very political about it. Everybody I've had a very good experience. I mean, last film we did, Shahid and me, Kiara was there, and I know both of them from much before. And I would say even on other films that I did. But let's say if we talk about fashion, when we were shooting fashion at that time, we enjoyed so much the shoot of it, the whole process of making that film, that me and Priyanka were just one day kind of talking that if we had to kind of reshoot the whole film again, we would love to do it again, because it was such a fun-filled shoot, and whatever we shot was so enjoyable at that time.
Why cannot there be a fashion too?
Ask Madhur Bhandarkar,
sir. Okay, so when you were working,
in fact, we've been telling Madhur sir for the longest of time, sir, fashion 2 announce karo, usme story banao, and I don't know, maybe he's taking his own time to think of a story.
I mean, and now given the kind of global reach that Priyanka has, that movie would be really huge. As she was a model, you've been a model, and then you're making fashion too, and a global reach. I mean to say that movie could really work.
I hope so. Yeah, let's hope. Let's keep our fingers crossed that this kind of things comes forth.
Okay, when you had shared, I think fashion came 2007, if I'm not mistaken. So when you had shared
almost 2009 beginning.
Okay. When you had shared screen space with Priyanka at that time, obviously she's always been a very good actress. She won a national award for that role, so that goes without saying. But now when you see her, okay, she's one of the few people from the industry who has really made it in Hollywood. Okay, did you ever think so that Priyanka Chopra would one day land over there? Now when you see her, what is your reaction as the co-star who had once shared screen space with her?
I would say only in one line, she deserves every bit of success and the level she has reached. She deserves everything of it. Why? Because she is such a brilliantly hardworking girl. It's unbelievable. When we were shooting at that time also, so many times I would get tired because you're shooting something like, there is one song, Kuch Khas Hai, between me and Priyanka, that song from Fashion.
Yes.
And we that song for one day, I think continuously for about maybe 20 hours, non-stop. And we were tired. I was tired, and you're feeling sleepy. You start in the morning, you shot all day. It's night. The next morning, till like 7, 8 in the morning, you're shooting. Man, she doesn't get tired. She has so much of energy. She has so much of stamina to keep working. So very focused. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It used to be whatever she has achieved, whichever level she is at right now, whatever success she's got in Hollywood also, she deserves every bit of it. She's worked pretty hard for it. You know, she has really, really been at it, working hard and trying to reach there. So, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we are all very proud of her. She really puts our country on the map over there. Okay, speaking about the other film, Kabir Singh, would you say that it was somewhat of, let me see how you put it, that you were fortunate that all the controversy that the film was embroiled in, besides being such a successful, none of that controversy ever touched you? The director got some of backlash for probably some of the film, because some people thought it was misogynist. Shahid Kapoor was asked, Kiara Advani was asked, but nobody ever lifted a finger on you or your roles. You feel fortunate about that?
No, it's not about fortunate or unfortunate. People did ask me. People did, ask me also the same question. What do you have to say about this? See, it's a long debate. The simple line would be people who thought it was the way they had accused the film to be. It was probably in their mind. They should have seen it just as a film, as a story, and not delved too much into it. There are times that you see so much of wrong in films, so many things which are not exactly right way of life. And people just see the film and just forget about it, right? It was not something that you had to make such a big hoo-ha about this thing of being misogynist or quoting the director or getting Shahid into a controversy. It was just a film. Watch it as a film. And there's no need to kind of delve too much into it. At the same time, I would say also that ultimately the audience decides. Some people can have a different opinion, which they did. The audience decides, and audience loved it. That's what I keep saying to everybody. Look at the audience reaction. The songs are so popular. It was probably the best music of 2019. After that, there has been, the film has had such a brilliant repeat value. At the same time, audience loved it. It did a business of more than 250 crores. What do you have to say about that? If there was something wrong with the film, something wrong with the story, and something wrong with what is there in the film, people wouldn't have really liked it so much.
275, second highest grossing film last year, I think, after what? Yeah. I think, Arjan, the real controversy did not begin so much on the film release as opposed to after Sandeep Reddy's interview, where he said that if two people are in love, it's very natural that they probably slap each other, strike each other, and that people perceive that as his definition of love. I think the controversy began from there.
No, I think it was too much of reading between the lines. It was not something that had to be taken so far away and make it into. There are so many other things to take care of in the country, rather than just going about one line, making such a mountain out of a mole. He said it in a very different context. It was perceived in a very different context. It was portrayed in a very, very different context altogether. So it became more like a Chinese whisper. That this guy's a misogynist and Sandeep Reddy believes in this. And he didn't say it that way. I think people should take it lightly. Just take it as a film and not take it so seriously. There are too many things in life to take kind of seriously altogether,
ये सोशल मीडिया की वजह, आई मीन पहले तो फिल्मों के ऊपर कभी इतनी बातें नहीं होती थी. ये सोशल मीडिया की वजह से होती है, राइट? क्योंकि आजकल सबको अपना ओपिनियन मिल गया.
पहले होती भी नहीं थी, और पहले क्या होता था कि ऑडियंस को या अच्छी लगती थी फिल्म या बुरी लगती थी. अभी क्या हो गया है कि आपको अच्छी लगे या बुरी लगे, आप उसके ऊपर बहुत ज्यादा डिस्कस करते हैं सोशल मीडिया के ऊपर खास तौर पर. और फिर क्या है, सोशल मीडिया पे जिन लोगों के पास में कुछ काम नहीं होता, people who appreciate social media, people who appreciate or find it as a medium to connect with people and say nice things or have a conversation, that is good. Like a lot of people are, right now commenting also. I mean, thank you so much for being online, and we are all chatting, you're listening to me, I'm reading your comments also at the same time. But then there are sometimes people who have nothing to do and they want to put dirty, negative comments. So it says more about their mind. It doesn't say about what they are watching or the actor they're talking about or the film that they are talking. It shows their state of mind. if they are writing a lot of dirty things, if they're trolling you, if they're abusing you, if they're I think it says more about their state of mind, because people with the right sane state of mind will try and have a nice conversation, will try and at least ask you questions, and you would respond in a good way. But if you, let's say, Russell, if you talk about a film, अगर फिल्म के बारे में भी अगर आप खराब बोल रहे हैं ना, और फिल्म के बारे में आप बहुत सारी बुराइयां निकाल रहे हैं, इसका मतलब ये है कि वो सारी बुराइयां जो आपके दिमाग में थी, आज आपने वही चीजें देखी है सिर्फ फिल्म में जाके. आपने कोई भी अच्छी चीज नहीं देखी फिल्म के बारे में, आपने फिल्म को म्यूजिक को अप्रिशिएट नहीं किया. मैं हर फिल्म की बात कर रहा हूँ, नॉट जस्ट वन फिल्म. आपने फिल्म की स्टोरी लाइन को नहीं अप्रिशिएट किया. और फिर उसके बाद सबसे अच्छी बात पता क्या होती है, जब ऐसे लोग बाहर आते हैं थिएटर से, तो वो डायरेक्टर बन जाते हैं. अरे उसको ये करना चाहिए, उसको ऐसे करना चाहिए था, वो डायरेक्ट नहीं किया सीन, वो ऐसे नहीं किया, उसने वो किया. तो सब लोग सारे डायरेक्टर भी बन जाते हैं. आई नो
हमारे देश में हर कोई क्रिकेटर, पॉलिटिशियन और फिल्म वाला जरूर है, कभी ना कभी.
हर आदमी को लगता है कि डायरेक्टर भी मैं हूँ, हर आदमी को लगता है कि प्राइम मिनिस्टर भी मैं हूँ, मुझे ऐसा करना चाहिए, इसको नहीं, इसको ऐसा करना चाहिए. बट एनीवे,
इनफैक्ट आपकी एक और बहुत सक्सेसफुल फिल्म लास्ट ईयर ही आई थी, बिगल. Yes, that was also a very successful film, and that was the biggest
in Tamil industry, and it was this,
Alapati Vijay.
Yeah, Vijay sir and Atlee sir directed the film, and I don't know. I mean, it was a good start. It was a good start in the Tamil industry. Although I've done a lot of films in Telugu, but
Yes.
Tamil was something that I was looking forward to. और बहुत अच्छी फिल्म, बहुत बड़ी फिल्म के साथ में start हुआ. So yeah, it was good. Again, that was about a 280 crore film. So
yes, it was the biggest Tamil movie hit of last year.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. In fact, you made a very good point कि जो लोग बाहर आते हैं वो लोग डायरेक्टर बन जाते हैं, because that was a beautiful film. It was an uplifting film. It was an empowering film. People say कि यहाँ पे Kabir Singh showed certain realities, the dark part. That was all light. That was uplifting. लेकिन उसमें भी कुछ लोगों को प्रॉब्लम हुई थी. Some people are saying कि लड़कियों पे फोकस नहीं था, विजय पे फोकस था. Some people were saying वो एसिड के सीन में भी उनको प्रॉब्लम मिल रहा था. तो ये कैसे होता है? I mean, आप फिल्म इंडस्ट्री के हो, हम आपका ओपिनियन जानना चाहते हैं.
असल ये होता कुछ नहीं है. चक्कर ये है कि हर आदमी को लगता है कि मैं जो बताऊंगा वही ठीक है. हर आदमी का अपना माइंडसेट जो है. मतलब आप एक फिल्म देखने जाते हैं, जनरल ऑडियंस काफी सारी फिल्म देखने जाती है, उनको अच्छा लगता है. जो कुछ कमी पेशी होती है, थोड़ा सा उनको लगता है कि हाँ ठीक है यार, मे बी आई डिडंट लाइक इट, बट ओवरऑल दे लुक एट इट एज अ फिल्म. Yes, my friends, I will answer the questions to you also. Somebody asked me answer the public questions.
Yes, answer public questions also.
We are just going to.
इसके बाद नहीं करते.
But what I'm trying to say is कि यार एक डायरेक्टर जो होता है ना, उसका दिमाग सुपर ह्यूमन के जैसे चलता है. बिकॉज उसको ना एक इतनी सारी चीजें हारमोनियसली एक ऐसे समय में बांध के लानी होती है जो लाखों लोग देखें और पसंद करें. अब लाखों लोगों में से कुछ लोग ऐसे होते हैं, उनको लगता है कि डायरेक्टर का दिमाग नहीं, मेरा ज्यादा है. ये ऐसा नहीं था, वो वैसा नहीं था. आई थिंक दैट्स ओके. इट्स ऑलराइट. आई मीन यू नो, कोई भी चीज सबको खुश करना तो बहुत मुश्किल काम है. मगर अगर 100 लोगों में से आप 100 को नहीं खुश कर सकते, 80 या 90 को खुश कर लें, या आई वुड से 60-70 को भी खुश कर लें, तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. आपने लोगों को खुश तो किया.
और बाकी लोग बातें कर रहे हैं, बातें हो रही है, ये भी अच्छी बात है.
बातें
होनी चाहिए. तो ठीक है, अभी आपके फैंस तो चाहते हैं कि आप उनके थोड़े क्वेश्चंस का जवाब देंगे, तो लेट्स सी उन थोड़े फैन क्वेश्चंस देते हैं, बिकॉज वरना ये लोग फिर अगली बार आप तो चले जाओगे, मुझे उनका सामना करना पड़ेगा.
श्योर.
यस. सो आई डोंट नो, मोस्टली यहाँ पे क्वेश्चंस तो फैशन और कबीर सिंह के ऊपर ही आ रहे हैं. यस,
वो इतनी अच्छी हिट फिल्में हैं कि लोगों को वो पसंद आ रही है और उसके बारे में पूछा जा रहा है. सो आई एम रियली ग्लैड. लेट मी सी व्हाट आई कैन. Love you since I have seen you in Telugu films, Arundhati. Thank you, my friend. My life is Sahana. Thank you. Arundhati was a fantastic film, and I did it with 2 of my friends, Sonu Sood and of course Anushka Shetty. I've been following you for a long time. What kind of movies are you intending to do now? Well, my friends, I would love to play an Air Force pilot in a film because, like I said, I've been wanting to kind of do a lot of roles, or wanted to do a role for a long time of a uniformed, defense officer. So I did something like that for my series State of Siege on Z5. Now, next thing I want to do is definitely play an Air Force officer, Indian Air Force officer. Yeah.
True. Anything else? Anything, guys? Arjun is answering your questions. This is the time to put in some questions you've always wanted to ask him. या आप सब उनके बड़े फैंस हो ये तो वो भी जानते हैं. What is your favorite dish? किसी ने पूछा.
My favorite dish is pasta. I love to have pasta. Yeah.
You're making it also, but you're cooking and all at home.
Your dream. If I had to adapt a Hollywood film, one of my favorite films, which is being made now, I would have loved to do that film, is Forrest Gump, which Amir sir is doing now as Lal Singh Chadda. Yeah, that.
Divya Dulke asks, what's your workout routine like?
My workout routine, no workout routine at all. जब time मिल जाए, थोड़ा बहुत अपने आप को stretch कर लो, push-ups कर लो, and whatever you can possibly do. Do a little bit of skipping. I live on the 23rd floor of my building. So sometimes what I do is I go down in the lift and then I climb up all the 23 floors. So it's a lot of cardio. And that's what I try to do.
Best exercise. Arjun, how was it working with Shahid Kapoor for Kabir Singh? I'm sure it was fantastic. Like,
I mean, I know Shahid from before, socially. We hadn't worked together. But this time, definitely, when we got a chance to work, it was good. I mean, good experience, yeah.
Okay, Arjun, I need to ask you this before we probably sign off. How your career spanned, people love you. Whenever we see on screen, love you. Do you have any regrets? Would you have changed anything? Or if you got a chance to do it over, it would have been exactly the same way how it has all happened?
Honestly speaking, there are so many things for an actor or for somebody as a human being. You do want to, change, and I wouldn't say regret, but you do think in retrospect कि यार ऐसा होना चाहिए था, उस टाइम ये करता और उस टाइम वो फिल्म नहीं वो साइन करनी चाहिए थी और उस टाइम उसको ये नहीं ये बोलना चाहिए था. But let me put it this way, that the days gone by are gone by. The days which are ahead of you are more important. So let's look forward to only that.
Is there any film you wish you should have done? Any film that slipped through your hands? Initially, at that time, I was just starting out, was Rang De Basanti. Which role? I cannot leave you. Which role?
For the role Siddharth played.
Oh, God, that was huge.
So,
like you said, the day has gone by, the days ahead, that's what matters.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. But Arjun, I mean, you're fantastic. Your views about Kabir Singh, you're speaking about fashion, just how you're spending lockdown, everything was fantastic. It's good that you addressed all these things because it has been 1 year, people are still talking about Kabir Singh. I mean, it has been, 11 years, people are still talking about fashion. That's a good thing. But it's been 1 year, people are still talking about something negative aspects of Kabir Singh, and these questions probably won't stop. So it's good that you address them.
Thank you.
The thing is that people are talking about it goes to show that how successful the film is, how relevant the film is. That's what really matters. Yes. Huh? So thank you for all of that. Thank you for all of that, Arjun. And till then, stay safe. We are looking forward to your every project you be in. Is after the lockdown, is any movie of yours expected to release soon? Anything that has been stuck because of the lockdown?
No, not stuck. I was supposed to start 2 films and I was supposed to work on 2 web series also. But right now, everything is on a hold because of the lockdown. Obviously, as we speak right now, I should have been shooting for another web series in a very nice thriller space. But, right now it's all on hold till at least the 17th of May when things open up and the lockdown opens up. And we get to know exactly what's the way forward. But I would say till then, let's all be safe. Let's all follow the lockdown as we are doing. I think in India, in our country, all the people of our country are doing a fantastic job. They are abiding by the rules and regulations, and they are really listening to the authorities. And that's the reason we have been able to contain coronavirus to the numbers that we have. And I would say my best wishes to everybody who's online right now. Please take care of yourself and stay safe and stay healthy.
You too, Arjan. You too, because we love watching you and we love talking to you. I am privileged to talk to you, and I'm sure your fans love listening to you whenever we have you online or whenever we meet you. So please stay safe and cannot wait to watch you on screen again.
Thank you. Bye, guys. Take care. Stay safe. Thank you.
Bye, Arjan.